Hey guys, it's Saturday. It's funny, I just looked at the camera and I could see the old bleeding current bun bouncing right off my noggin there. Look at that. Oh dear. Boy, oh boy. Nice and bright right here. Jeez. Anyway, just came out for a walk. I've become completely present for a bit, and you know what? I thought, start filming and be present with that too, because it seems that as I'm having more and more bits of success in my ways of thinking and learning and knowing when to step back, when to give space, and I teach all this, guys. You know, it's and I practice it. I practice what I preach, and we're in we're in car buying mode right now. Oh man, alive! And I can't, you know, I'm not a bloody Zen Buddhist monk, right yet. Anyway, to where I can tune off car salesmen. No disrespect to the car salesman. I know you're doing what you got to do to make a few quid. I know that, but blimey, you know. So I choose my wife she loves all that. She loves to haggle. She loves to, because she likes control. So so there's nothing better than to really go up against someone like that and improve. Yeah, really. And she does all that. She loves all that. And I'm 100% with trust, with financials and everything, right across the board with my wife. There is absolutely 100% trust, which is a big thing in any relationship. But so she just came out, and there's this. The stories I could tell you a whole bunch of stories of what's gone on just over the past week, and it's insane how they beckon you in, and they did one car dealer did with my wife, and you really don't want to do that with my wife. So because that just teaches her more shit too. So now she knows that. So now she's on the phone and like she's like fully in control. She's like, and I'm like, oh mate. So I like to try and keep, because it's been stressful. Oh man, car after car after car, and you know, blessing the fact that we can even do it. I even said to my wife, I'm like, God, so much bloody gratitude, because my daughters are older now. You know, I've got a truck that I'm probably going to end up selling at some point. And because I don't really need it anymore. My wife's even spoke about maybe a smaller truck, but I'm like, you know, I really want one of the old minis that are in the Italian Job. And if you haven't seen the original Italian Job, I'm not talking about the remake, guys. I'm talking about the Michael Caine one, the Italian Job. And go and watch it. If you like cars, go and watch the minis in that do their job. It's fucking awesome. It's a great movie. And I've always wanted one of those minis. My aunt had one, and they're great little cars, those ones. My wife's like, no, we don't get a mini. Safety, and I want a mini. But yeah, just that old deal, the stress of it all. And so my wife came out. I was just relaxing out on the front porch, and I was talking to my oldest daughter, and my wife came out with this, and I'm like, oh really? And I'm like, listen, you know, I'm there. I'm 100% behind you, whatever choice you make, because to tell you the truth, it doesn't really matter what I say. When my wife's in that mode, and she knows the financials, I ain't got a clue, to tell you the truth. I mean, like I say, I 100% trust her. We've always had that for the 28 years we've been married, even when we were dating. So I've got big trust in that area. So, you know, I'm like, listen, whatever you ask me, you're probably not going to go with it anyway. And then that just pulls me in. And if that pulls me in, then I'm involved in the whole stress of all that. And that means there's two of us in that now. So I told her, I said, basically, you make the choices. I told you my side, how I feel about it, because there was one choice that she was going to go with, but I think she's shifted her mindset now a little bit on it. I said, you've heard my side on that, but it's just for me, it's just a choice that I would make. And then all of a sudden somebody else called, and she shifted her mind a little bit again. And I said, if you want to vent, there's rules to venting. That means if you say and you come to me and you say I want to vent, that takes me out of it. But the good thing about being able to put that space is I can see the side of getting wound up in the actual overwhelm of it all. So I was actually able to help my wife out a little bit just now. And then I said, I'm just nipping out for a walk, and I just left her with that. And I know it helped, because I said, what you're doing is you're giving up on your patience. You're giving up on your patience with people that want to be in the control of that patience. Because if they can shift you away from the patience, then there's a win right there, right? So if you keep your patience, and then you just make your choices in a more calmer mind and manner, then you're going to make a better choice. If you lose your patience, then you're getting pushed by something. And I said to my wife, I get it. We really do. It would really benefit to have the girls have a car that they can run around. I got my eldest in school, way over a different area, and my youngest is in the last year of high school now, and so. Yeah, and in Florida, gotta have a car. Well, you haven't got to. I shouldn't say got to, but it's beneficial. And so I get it. But you gotta know when, especially when it's someone like me that's Mr. Fix-It. When you're a Mr. Fix-It, you want to fix it all, and you end up getting into some serious mind shit in your head, because it's knowing the other person well. Like my wife, I know her very, 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 very well, and having that trust and confidence that she's gonna make the choices that she makes. I'm not going to say the correct choice, because who knows, if something goes wrong, hey, wasn't the right choice. But you don't ridicule the person for that, right? If you come out of it and then you've left that choice, then there's no like ridiculing someone over making a choice. Maybe they got blindsided by something, or there was a little secret of something going on under the hood. I don't know. I don't understand cars really that well. I know what I know, and I know people that know cars, so I go to them. So, but yeah, it's knowing when to step back, because once you step back and have that faith in the other person, then you can let go of the fix-it. You can let go of that fix-it. And I told my wife, I'm here, absolutely here if you need me. If you want to vent, if you want to let go of steam, absolutely, I'm right here. But I'm not going to tie in. Because as soon as you tie in, you're no good to them either. You're really not. Because now you're not being venting board. You're not there to listen. You're not hearing. Because now you're looping into the thoughts of where they are. And if you'll get drawn into that energy, you're not thinking clearly now. So it's always better to step back, not want to take the control, not want to be the Mr. Fix or Mrs. Fix or whatever, and be able to stand there and go, okay, I'm here if you need me, and be comfortable with that. And it ain't easy when you're a fix-it, but when you do it, you start getting wins. And when you get those wins and you start having the faith in the other person, now you can see them as a more confident individual as far as your own mind. They're confident already. It's our own mind not having the faith in that confidence. So have faith in the confidence of the other person that they're going to, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You don't go jumping all over them for it. You're just like, all right, you move on. There's nothing you can do about something that may happen. It happened. I mean, as long as you're not lifting up the hood and there's no engine in there, right, and you still buy it, then yeah, you're like, well, it's got no engine in it. But if there's something where something, you know, you can only do what you can do. You can only do what you can do. You can only go so far. Otherwise you get into that, you know, it becomes overwhelming. You get into the overwhelming and you end up buying nothing because you don't know what to do. But as long as you tick all your boxes, make sure you get it looked at, you know, talk to someone that knows about cars, you know, have the faith in the person that's buying the car. You know, if not, go to someone that knows how to buy cars and take away that stress of, if you don't know, don't try. You know, or learn. Yeah, but if you haven't got the time to learn that, then there's no point in pursuing it. You're better off getting a hold of someone, a friend. We've always got that person that we can go to, even if it's a friendly car mechanic that we've been going to for years, and go, hey, what do you think about it? They'll help out, right? So, you know, take a step back. Know when to take that step back and not feel bad about that. Yeah, being comfortable with that. Stay the course, guys. Namaste.